I've been living in Seoul, South Korea for 14 years, and over that period of time, there are many things that I've gotten used to that at the beginning of my stay, I was very weirded out about. Some of the things such as food to just like practical life, everyday life experiences were so strange, especially as an American. So I just want to talk about some things in Korea that may freak you out as an American or even as a foreigner coming to live in Korea. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Francois Marc. I've been living in Korea for 14 years. I think the #1 weirdest thing that you'll see here in Korea as an American, there's a really big animal pet culture here. Americans love their dogs, we love our cats, we love goldfish, but Koreans kind of take it to a completely different level. In the parks or even just walking around the city, you'll see so many puppies, but not only will you see puppies, you'll see different animals like in baby carriages. Yeah, so it's not only do you see the animals like in baby carriages, which is like so funny. When I first saw a dog like being pushed in a stroller, I was like, what is this? And you know, even though I came from France, and in France there was a really big pet culture as well, like Korea took it to a completely different level. Like not only do you see them in baby carriages, you'll see pets, especially dogs, like dressed in clothing. You'll see them like wearing blue jeans, or you'll see them wearing shirts and hats. Dang, these dogs are dressed better than me. Like seriously, it's like sometimes you'll see name brand clothes on dogs, and it's not anything bad. I'm not like clowning on Koreans or the pet culture here. I'm just saying it's so wild because you'll never see that in America. Well, I mean, sometimes you will, but not to the extent that you see it here in Korea. Like when I lived in France, I would see dogs and their owners, or I should say owners and their dogs, going into shops. And it was strange for me because at that time, coming from America, you would never see humans going into shops or stores with their animals, except if they're going into like a pet market, pet supermarket where they're buying, you know, pet food. Like in France, I would see animal owners, humans, going into like the movies. I would see them going into the bakeries. I would see them going into jewelry shops with their dogs. It was just like crazy. It's like, wait a second, this definitely doesn't exist in America. And then when I came to Korea and I saw it, you know, coming from France, I was like, oh, okay, I can kind of understand, but I've never seen animals in the baby carriage, and I've never seen humans with like parrots. Like sometimes you'll see here in Korea, like just people walking, Koreans walking, and they'll have like birds on their shoulders. I even saw a ferret. I saw one guy with a ferret, and the ferret had a leash. The ferret had a leash on, like it was a dog, and the ferret was just like roaming around. I was like, what is this? It's so funny. I was in the park near my home, and I saw a cat. I saw a cat on a leash, and I was like, what is going on with this cat? Like, why is a cat on the leash? And then I saw like people walking, and then they were calling the cat. They were like, hey, choo 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 choo, whatever the name of the cat was. And the cat came like a dog. The cat actually responded to his name and came to the humans, came to the owners like it was a dog. And I'm just like, man, you cannot see this in America. That is something that's just crazy weird here in Korea, but it's also like really, really cool. Another cool thing is the street that I'm walking down. I've never been to this area before. I just decided to walk down a place in Seoul, in downtown Seoul, that I've never seen. And yeah, it's just, look at how beautiful fall is in Korea, in Seoul. It's just magical. And I think this is the last good day of fall weather. So better take advantage of it and be outside. Look at that sky. Look at those colors. Also, I want to give a shout out to my channel membership members. We have Coco Cook, and we have, I just call this person Nagata. If you want to be a part of helping me create awesome content for this channel, then why don't you consider joining my membership. With the membership, you'll get special perks like videos before they're released publicly, or you'll get members only content, you'll get PDF, you'll get all kinds of content that I'm creating and that I will be making in the future. So why don't you consider, you know, joining the membership and helping a brother out. Yo, but for real, this street is like super nice. I've never seen such a clean street in downtown downtown Seoul. I mean, most of the streets are super clean, but this one is like especially clean, and there aren't so many people going through. So like, it's really nice. And there's no one here in the early morning. I think this is a perfect place to just be out and walk. Another like weird thing that I had to get used to, and sometimes I'm still like not sure about it even after living here in Korea for this amount of time, is that is the bowing culture. Like I know that you're supposed to bow to elders, people who are older than you, but sometimes it's like, you know, am I doing the bow correctly? And especially when I arrived here, I had a really difficult time with bowing. I did not know like when to bow. I remember at my first school when I was walking down the hall, this is an elementary school, and I was just walking down the hall, and one of the students, they knew me and they approached me and they just came up, they looked at me and they smiled. They didn't really know how else to interact with me, and then he bowed. The kid was like, I think maybe 3rd or 4th grade, and he just, you know, did his little bow. Yeah, so usually when you meet an elder in Korea, you always bow. It's like, you know, like this. I guess sometimes you can put your left hand or right hand depending on like your gender, but basically it's like you meet someone older and you bow. So the kid is like, you know, 3rd grade, 4th grade years old. So he comes up to me and he's like, oh, teacher, and he bows. And I'm like, what do I do? And you know what I did? Like, I bowed back to him. I was like this, and the student was like, huh? And then he just like turned around and like walked off. You could see like the visible confusion on his face. He's like, you know, why did he just do that? Yo, this part of the street, there are a lot of people walking. There's a lot of traffic here, but they even have a self-service ice cream stand here. This is another example of Korean trust. Look, there's even street food just sitting out here unattended. No one's gonna like come and take it. It's so cool, like the trust system here in Korea. Yeah, like the bowing culture here, it's not strange. It's just, it took some time to get used to. And I think I've got a handle on it now, but I definitely did not have a handle on it when I came to Korea. So it's something that maybe you as an American or a foreigner coming to Korea, you might struggle with as well. Just remember, don't bow to little kids. Don't make the same mistake as me. Okay, here's a cool little street. I've never been down here before. Yo, I'm so much enjoying just walking around, finding random places in Seoul to walk down. Like, I don't know, it's like I'm rediscovering the city. But another thing that may be a little weird, strange here in Korea when you first arrive, especially if you're coming from the United States. I know for me, even coming from France, it was like very strange. And that is like the food culture. And I don't mean like Korean food in general. Yeah, they eat some food that's a bit different from what we eat in the West, but it's just how the food is set up. Yeah, so it's like when I first came, I was thinking that I could get the same meals that I could get in France or that I could find in the United States. And I most definitely could not. My first Korean meal was toast. It was from a place called 𝐼𝐸𝐧 Toast. It was really good. But I was like, how can I find a real meal? Like, I'm looking for a meat, 2 sides, and bread. That's what I want. And even a salad if possible. Yeah, like in America or even France, we're used to having like a meat, 2 sides, bread, salad, you know, drink. But here in Korea, you know, I couldn't find that like right at first. I didn't know that I needed to go to like the Western restaurants in order to get that kind of food. Like I was getting like just chicken. Like I was going to a chicken shop getting chicken, and it's like, just chicken? Where are the potatoes? Where are the vegetables? And I would find out like how to finally go to like Korean restaurants and order Korean food. And it's like you get bibimbap or you get, you know, a Korean dish, and you're like, where is the bread? Where are the sides? And you just can't find that like when you come here and go specifically to Korean restaurants. So that's something that was a little strange, and it finally like clicked in my head like, yo, this is Korea. Of course they're gonna eat their own food and they're gonna have their own way of presenting their food. So if you want to eat like Western food where you're from, you got to find a Western restaurant. It's normal, but it just took some time to get used to. And the Western food was kind of expensive. So like be prepared for that when you're coming to Korea and you want to eat Western food or you want to eat specialized food. The price is greatly augmented over the price of traditional Korean dishes. But check this out though. Look at this little valley. Man, I love places like this, especially for photography. but just walking down, it makes me, oh, I feel so cozy. I feel so comfortable in small places like this. You know, another thing that was really weird when I came here is something called the 𝐼𝐸𝐥𝐿𝐷 or 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐷. Yeah, so the 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐷 is a public bathhouse. You go to the place and you take a bath. They have like these nice open facilities where you can go and you can jump in like baths of varying degrees of temperature. So you can have like the cold bath, you can have the warm bath, you can have the super hot bath. And after you finish taking your bath, you can actually take a shower. They have food there at these places. You can order like ramyeon, you can order steak, you can order like French fries, you can order like all kinds of food at the 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐷, at the bathhouse. And the thing that's very impressive about the 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐷 is that you can actually sleep there overnight as well. First time at a 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐷 here in Korea was in Seoul. I came up for the weekend, and I don't remember exactly what I was doing or why I was alone, but I was alone, and I didn't have a place to stay, and I didn't want to spend like a ridiculous amount of money on hotels here in Seoul. You know, they can get very expensive. So I was sitting in an internet cafe, and I was just like thinking, what can I do? What can I, you know, find in order to not spend so much money on a hotel? And I remember one of my friends who started the program with me, he says he stayed in a place called a 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐷 before. So I contacted him on Facebook and I asked him, I was like, yo, I'm here in Seoul. Like, what is the name of the place that you said you stayed before that was really cheap? And he says, it's a 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐷. So I researched a 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐷. I found one that was really close to the internet cafe. The price was crazy. 7,000 won, 7,000 Korean won. I guess that's like $5 or something like that. But with that money, I could sleep at the 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐷 and I could also take baths there unlimited. And this was like many years ago, so of course the prices have gone up since then, but like it was incredible. Like the bath was great. The security was cool. Like I didn't worry about people like taking my clothes or anything like that because they have lockers. And it's just like, man, I can stay here for $5. I can take a bath. I can order food. Of course, the food costs extra money, but I can do all of these things, you know, for $5 and sleep overnight and wake up, take a bath, and brush my teeth. You know, they also have toothbrushes and all kinds of toiletries there. Like, it's weird, but it's so cool. You know, speaking of weird, like, this wasn't even a part of the video, but I just stumbled onto this little town. So the area where I was walking, it's really nice. There are restaurants and all kinds of things here, but this place is actually like a residential area. Like you can see a lot of homes and stuff here. Like this is a cafe, but it's also a home. And here, there's a home here, there's a home here. And if you walk down, that's a sick brick wall right there. There are homes down there as well. Wow. Yeah, those are things you definitely can't see in the United States. You won't like walk into random, you know, industrial areas or places where there are restaurants and then find homes. And speaking of restaurants, yo, it's time for some lunch. So let's look for something to eat. I really wanted to eat at this restaurant. This place is so amazing on the inside. The decor is very nice, but they told me that you need 2 people in order to eat here. So I guess I have to find a new place. Well, looks like I found a winner. Galbitong. Let's see. I guess the last thing that I could say was really weird when I came to Korea, and that you might find weird too if you come, there is like a huge obsession with education. When I first arrived at my school, the elementary school where I taught, you know, the classes were ending at like 3 o'clock, maybe earlier than that. I think it was like 1 or 2 actually. So the classes would end, and then I would ask my students like, where are you going? Are you gonna go home and have fun and, you know, play games or something? And my students are like, no, we're gonna go to school. And I was like, go to school? You're in school now, so you're gonna leave school to go to school? They're like, yeah, we have to go to the study room. And I was like, study room, what is this? I didn't know. Like, Hagwons are really, really important here. Hagwons are private schools where you can learn various subjects like math or reading or English or science, things like that. So yeah, there's a really big culture for education here in Korea. So much so that a lot of the teachers that I worked with at the elementary school when I first arrived in Korea, they would work at the after school program at the school teaching extra classes. And I'm like, don't you guys get tired of teaching? And to my students, I'm like, don't you get tired of going to school? They're like, yeah, we're so tired, but we have no choice. You know, we must go to school. And it wasn't until later I found out that Korean culture is really obsessed, well, not obsessed, Korean culture really loves education because parents want to give their students or their children as big of an advantage as possible in the competing world, which is something that I can understand. But I just thought it would make the children, the students, very, very tired. Love this area of Seoul, just really love it. Wide open spaces, not very many people come here. And you can find all kinds of restaurants and bars and cafes along the side of the road over here and over there. This road is super cool. We explored that today. Hey guys, so let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know what you think about some weird things that foreigners may find, or if you're a foreigner in Korea, what weird things you found in this country that you cannot find in your home country. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I love you as always. Stay hydrated, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.